Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and today we're going to be discussing the best movies this year that seemingly no one went to go see. So I know a lot of people did go see these movies, but the box office numbers just weren't there for these films, and that's such a shame because every movie on this list was really, really good. I just wish people would have given them a chance. So here's my effort one last time. Watch these movies. A lot of them are out on Blu-ray and DVD, as you'll see, because I own them. So give them a shot, rent them, and if any of them are still out in theaters, what are you waiting for? So a film that is currently getting a ton of awards buzz with the Golden Globe nominations just being released, we have Florence Foster Jenkins. So Florence Foster Jenkins only was able to conjure up around 27 million. And that's such a shame because it's such a funny yet heartwarming movie with amazing performances from all of the lead cast, including Queen Meryl Streep. And seemingly, even adult audiences didn't show up for this one. So this is kind of the second year in a row that Meryl has had a solid music-driven movie that just didn't catch on. But Florence Foster Jenkins is far superior to Ricky and the Flash, and it deserves so much better because I think this is one of the better movies of 2016, and it just deserved more. So while Disney is on a record-breaking box office year, the next three are all entries from Disney that majorly underperformed at the box office, and we're going to kick that off with the BFG. So unfortunately, the BFG turned out to be a big flop. And that's really a shock, especially the way Disney is going right now, and it's by Steven Spielberg. So the BFG ultimately grossed $55 million here in the US and Canada, and $177 million worldwide, but on a $140 million budget. Now, I don't necessarily think the BFG is as good as Florence, or actually as good as the next two Disney movies I'm going to talk about. But really, it's a very, very good family film. I actually wasn't really that excited going into it, and I enjoyed it. I really left smiling and thinking, wow, that was a very good movie. It's heartwarming, it's cute, the BFG is just captivating, and I wish more people had given it a chance. Next up, we have another certified flop from Disney, and that is Queen of Katwe. Oh, this one pains me so much. So Queen of Katwe mustered up about 8.7 million total here in the US and Canada, and only about 9.5 million worldwide, all on a $15 million budget. And this is a huge shame because I personally think Queen of Katwe should be in the discussion for award season, especially for Lupita Nyong'o. And this movie was so good. All of the performances here were amazing. And honestly, this is why we can't have nice things, people. Disney took a risk. They have a completely, authentically black African cast. They are authentic to the culture. And nobody showed up to the box office. And that's so sad because this movie is completely uplifting. It's extremely well acted. The script is amazing. It's a story that most of us didn't know. It's the best of these mid-tier sports movies that Disney has done recently. And yet, this is how it got treated. It's just such a sad disappointment. It's not out on video yet. I'll be buying it certainly as soon as it does. But if it's still anywhere near you, please give it a shot. And then the last Disney entry here, we have Pete's Dragon. So domestically, Pete's Dragon did the best of the Disney movies. It got up to 76 million here, and worldwide it made it to about 141 million. And the budget for this one was more under control than we had for the BFG. But those numbers certainly don't do this film justice. I think people had this weird stigma in their head that this looked stupid. They didn't like the original film. I don't know what it was, but audiences in large rejected this Pete's Dragon film. And that is such a shame because this movie was so good. Much like Florence Foster Jenkins, I think this definitely makes at least my top 20 movies of the year. I haven't compiled that list yet. But it was so heartwarming. It was so touching. I mean, this film is kind of the definition of enchantment for me. I was just completely enchanted, taken aback by this movie. I think it's spectacular. You can go ahead and watch my review. I had nothing but gushes to say about Pete's Dragon, and I wish that people would have listened to the reviews, listened to the word of mouth, because it was all great, and given this film a chance. But it's out on Blu-ray, as you just saw, so go ahead, pick it up, at the very least rent it. I promise it will be one of the most pleasant surprises you experience this year. Next up, we have Eddie the Eagle. So Eddie the Eagle made about $15.7 million here domestically, and about $46 million worldwide, all on a $23 million budget. So at least this one doubled its budget. Bottom line for a movie is at least to get to that double of the budget, but without marketing costs, it still lost money ultimately. And this is another feel-good sports movie that was released this year that people just didn't give a chance, and one that I think anybody who enjoys these underdog, feel-good sports movies would love. Taron Egerton was so good in this movie. Hugh Jackman was great in this movie. And the story was really, really uplifting. I think if you haven't seen Eddie the Eagle yet, it will make for a great holiday film with the family to just kind of sit down and watch. It's that kind of movies. And most of these are what happened to families going out and seeing the Eddie the Eagles, the Queen of Cotways, the Peach Dragons, the BFGs of the world. All of these live action family fare, but families just didn't show up for them this year, and that's just a big disappointment. And these movies that I just went over on my list, not only are they far superior, they also teach better lessons, and I think your kids will actually appreciate them more than so many of the animated movies that everybody took their kids to because they made a boatload of money, like Trolls or Secret Life of Pets. I just wish these movies would have found a way to captivate that audience. Next up, we have The Nice Guys. Another movie, definitely in my top 20 favorite of the year, possibly my favorite comedy of the year. I love The Nice Guys. I think it is hilarious, and I think it needs to actually be getting more recognition here at the end of the year. But we had big names like Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe right at the forefront here, and yet it only was able to make $36 million domestic. And I have to say, I don't really know why audiences rejected this. It looked hilarious from the trailers. Maybe it was too, old school looking, but I don't know. They also kind of rejected Neighbors 2, which is another one of the top comedies of the year to me. I'm not sure what audiences are actually looking for when it comes to comedies this year. I don't know. I don't know why they rejected it, but it deserved better. So now that it's out on Blu-ray, DVD, out for rental, out for on-demand, this one's not for your kids, so make sure that they're in bed first. But I think you'll really enjoy the film. And for me, the most criminal of the underseen films for 2016 is Kubo and the Two Strings. So we're back to you, families. What were you doing? What were you watching? What were you spending your money on for 2016? So Kubo and the Two Strings here domestically made about $48 million, and then worldwide made about $69 million. Hey, animation in general isn't cheap, but stop motion animation in particular takes a lot of work, is a really hard and underappreciated craft, and it deserved so much better. Not only for those reasons, but because I think Kubo and the Two Strings is one of the best movies, period, of 2016. It was a sophisticated, wonderful tale. And all audiences ever seem to want to say these days is we want less comic book movies. We want less franchises. We want less remakes. We want less sequels. But when we get to the top movies at the box office for 2016, that's what you're going to see that everybody by and large supported, while original, fantastic, unique films like Kubo and the Two Strings were completely ignored and unfortunately didn't do very well at the box office. Of course, now that we're at award season though, I mean, it's getting recognized all over the place because it's amazing. It's a great quality film that deserved so much more than it got. And I have to say, Laika Studios in general deserves so much more than audiences seemingly are willing to give. So at this point, even if it's just for Oscars preparation, watch Kubo and the Two Strings. It's out on Blu-ray, it's out on DVD, out for rent, out for on demand. You don't even have to leave your house now. Please, just watch it. It is so good, and it deserves more people supporting highly original, inventive, wonderful work. So, those are my picks for the movies in 2016 that you might have missed because it seems nobody went to go see them. What are your thoughts? What did you think of any of these movies if you actually did see them? Do you agree that they are movies that deserve more attention? And which movies bombed at the box office this year that you really wish people would have given a chance to? Let me know either in the comment section down below or hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!